Yo, good to see you guys. We'll start in just a minute. Just letting other people get in here. Yo, welcome everyone. It's good to see you guys. Congratulations to everyone holding Bitcoin. Amazing day, guys. All right, all right. How's everyone doing tonight? Did you guys all make money today? You guys all have a good day? Ready to get into this? Alexander G, thanks for stopping by. It's good to see you. Barb, great to see you back. Bull Runner, what's up, man? All right, let's get into this. Oh, that's not the right screen. All right. Let's go to our blank chart here. All right, so let's start with our daily. Let's give a little update on what we were looking at before. So, yesterday on the stream, or 2 days ago on the stream, rather, I told you guys to mark out this level on the daily, and that if the next day was able to maintain and hold above that level, start closing strongly, that we would look to get a big pump like this. That would confirm the breakout on the daily. We've now done that. Not only have we done that, but we've also closed above the range deviation level that we were looking at. Remember I said whichever size of this break first, whether that's 114,344 or 100,800 with a close, that's going to be, it's going to give you direction for where we're going to go. Now, as you guys know, if you've been hanging around for a little while, like the way that price action moves, you're going to be looking for this to form a range like we had here, initiate out of that range, and then come back in to mitigate that range before continuing, right? Now, oftentimes whenever Bitcoin gets a macro break like this, we don't see that mitigation. Like the 74K range, once we initiated out of that here, once we initiated out of that here, we didn't really get a full mitigation until, you could argue this. I mean, if you're looking at like total crypto market cap, this did mitigate. So you could look, you basically came back way later before you got that mitigation. So it's possible that we can just run off this. But you do have direction now, at least in terms of the local range. So we do at least know which way we're trading towards, right? Again, the range deviation long from down here, the reason that we called out that this was such a good long was because we were expecting it to rotate up to the highs. So if any of y'all are still in that long, congratulations, because you can probably hold this for a little bit more. But yeah, so that's looking good. We have our weekly as well that did confirm a breakout, and then as we were talking about on last stream, came back down to retest, and now that weekly candle looks way better than any of these other attempts to break out, right? Now there's still a little bit of time left in this, right? So it's possible that it can come back down. The main thing that we're looking for on the weekly is to close a weekly candle above 118,717. Now, why is that important, right? Because it would confirm a breakout on the weekly, similar to what we did here. So if you notice, whenever on the we closed a weekly candle outside of the range when we were in that 74K range, we immediately pumped up like 35%, I believe it was. Let's see. Yeah, so we closed here, and then, yeah, we pumped 35%. So that's why it's important to watch whenever you get, like I would set an alert here, and just Sunday night, whenever you're checking the charts, I would look. I mean, I'm probably going to do a stream, especially if we close above this. I'll definitely do a stream. So if you have your alerts on, then you'll be able to catch it that way. But if you do close a weekly candle up here, you're just looking to long Bitcoin and most likely your favorite altcoins, right? Lower leverage, you know, more swing positions, but that would basically give us the confirmation that we're not just, you know, putting in an SFP or a range deviation up here. We're actually initiating out, which would lead us to some of these higher targets. Another thing that we're looking at on the daily chart here, or on the weekly too, is this head and shoulders that we just confirmed here, right? So we could look for a retest of the neckline if you're a standard pattern trader, right? But what's more important than that is just the target for that. So if we take our target, our head and shoulders here from the breakout, it gives us around 150K. Now this is confluent with a lot of other indications as well. Like I know FG was talking about like a macro trend channel that's also confluent up there. I can't see the chat updating if you guys are chatting. 1 second. Okay, cool. Yeah, so there's some other confluences up here as well. Let's take a look at the spider lines that we were looking at before. Dang, my computer is dying for this. Hold on. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so man, that's a strong breakout. Yeah, breakout with volume here. So we hit our first target, which was this 114.7 we were looking at. The next spider line up here is at like 121. So if we can hold support on this spider line around 114.7-ish, then we could see like a rotation up. Yeah, so if we can hold support here, we can see a rotation up to like the 120s area. If you notice, that's the spider line that we topped on earlier in the year. So, yeah, back in May, whenever we topped out here, that was the spider line we topped out on. So if we're going to continue that trend, it would give us like 122, which is good because this triple resistance spider line was what we had to get above when we initiated our run over here. And it's also what we had to get above when we initiated our run over here. So if you notice, we're kind of repeating the same behavior, right? We have to get above it, continue to the next spider line. And if we did that, that target aligns with that head and shoulders target, around 150K. So again, everything kind of points to, can we get above and hold 118K? If we can do that, then we can look to our higher targets around like 115. Okay. So that's kind of my outlook on Bitcoin. In terms of the bearish side, I'm not really too bearish right now. Like we'd have to break 4 hour since we'd have to break 4 hour structure for me to get bearish. So we'd have to like come all the way down and close a candle below like 110.5 for me to start looking at like some of these deeper correction levels like 105 or 103. If we don't close a candle below 110.5 on the 4 hour, then I'm not really looking for shorts right now. I retested this head and shoulders, or it may just stay on the spider line at like 114.7. Just continue from there. We do have demand down here at at like 111. I would just mark this whole area. Yeah, it'd be nice to get like a RIMC like mitigation here around like 112. We put in this nice little demand block before we broke out, which is nice. So that's Bitcoin. Do you guys have any questions on Bitcoin? Yeah, I noticed everybody was getting bearish in the morning, like before the New York session. Everyone was getting bearish here, and then everyone was getting bearish here. When we hadn't really put in any external structure that would be bearish, we kind of just put in a high and then range, and then as soon as we broke structure back the other way, like if you look on the 5 minute. Again, something that we talk about a lot in the Discord is whenever we're dumping like this, you're looking for like external structure 5 minute breaks, right? So your first one, if you're looking at the 5 minute, right? Your first one would technically be up here, right? And then you had an internal break coming into New York. You also had a divergence here. Whenever you put in this low, let me see when we pull up. Yeah. So if you use Market Cipher, you had like a nice bull div here, right? Lower low, higher low, right? So you have that, and then you have like your G-string breakup structure, right? So that was kind of your key to get long there. And then obviously the external breakup structure right here, right? Let's see. Is the sky the limit? I mean, yeah, I mean, certainly 150K is on the table for sure. That would just be kind of doing what we've done with every other leg up in this cycle. But again, in order to validate that, it would have to be a weekly close above 118.7. That would validate much higher targets, including that 150K. Yeah. Okay. Let's take a look at some higher time frames here. One thing to keep in mind as well, I guess before we take a look at the indicators here, so if you just take a trend line from this high here, connect it through to this high, you'll notice that that's kind of where we rejected from, this little like 116.8 area. So that's what we're hitting our head on right now. We want to see this flip into support. If we're able to break above this and use it as support, then like even more so, yeah, sky's the limit for sure. But this would be our important overhead resistance right now, if you don't have that marked out on your chart. Okay, let's remove some of the stuff we have drawn here. Okay. Yeah, for all of you guys using Cipher Matrix, like whenever you're in these big uptrends here, remember you're looking for signals that are on the other side, or that are on the same side of the trend as you're trading, right? So if you notice, every time that we deviate too far in the like down, where you'd be looking for longs, it's been great times to hop in the trend, right? because you're hopping in at a overcorrection to the downside in an uptrend, right? It's the same idea with like if you use the EMA trade, right? If we're looking at when was the best time to get in during the New York session, well, it was pretty much right when the New York session was opening, right? You see we pump up, we range, we come underneath the 200, the 50's above it, right? You buy that. Invalidation would be if the 50 crosses back below. This is like the 36 or something, I believe, so it's pretty close. But it never crosses back below. You enter here, right? Similar to entering here. It's the best time to get on trend. And I can show you this on ETH as well. Like, for everyone who's struggling to get an entry into these like big trending days, this is really the easiest way you're going to get it, right? I mean, look at this. You just go on the 5-minute, buy here. There's like no downside, straight upside. And how much did it go up after that? It went up like, let's see. Yeah, like 10%. All you had to do was buy underneath the EMAs. Like it's really simple, right? I mean, ETH loves to do this, right? You get across, buy underneath, buy underneath, buy underneath, buy underneath. I mean, it's printing money. You're just printing money, right? And you could have done this like 5 or 6 times on this uptrend. So for y'all that are struggling, I mean, just keep it simple. Like have a rules-based strategy that you can back test and that you know works, and just take those trades. Okay, any questions or any coins you guys want to look at? Oh, I'm doing good, Jesse. Good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. Okay, if you guys don't have anything you want to look at, I have some cool stuff to show you guys. And then, okay. So, Sui and Soul? Okay, we'll get to those. So let's talk about our favorite cheat code here, right? So what's another way that we could have gotten into the trade this morning, right? So we were looking at our Bitcoin to gold pair, right? And we were marking out this demand zone down here, and we saw this massive break of structure. Well, how do we get back in? Well, if you go on, this doesn't show correctly on like the higher time frame sometimes, but if you zoom in on the 5-minute, you'll notice that we tapped that 4-hour demand zone perfectly. And what did we do out of that? Well, we came up and we broke external 5-minute structure, right? And if you'll notice, the Bitcoin USD price was way down here at the exact same time that the Bitcoin to gold chart broke structure on the 5-minute. And then not only that, it broke structure, or sorry, yeah, broke structure on the, this is the wrong time frame. Oh, wait. Oh, that was the wrong time frame for this chart. Yeah, anyway, it was all the way down here, and you had a full 15 minutes before the USD chart caught up to the gold chart. And if you're looking at the gold chart here as well on the 15, we also got a break of structure on the 15 as well. And that was, yeah, the price was still way down here. It was probably like there, right? And then it was just straight up from there, no downside. Similarly, whenever we got that crazy candle, yeah. So whenever we got that crazy candle here, let's mark that so that we can see when this broke structure. And that was 1610. Yeah. So notice the difference in these two charts, right? So the USD pair does not break structure. It doesn't even have a lower low here, right? So notice how there's a lower low here on the gold chart, validating the structure shift. But on the USD chart, you don't have any structure to play with. But what you'll notice is, as soon as the, oh man, sorry guys, hold on. There we go. Yeah, you didn't have any structure to play with there. So what you'll notice is as soon as this broke structure on the gold pair, right? That's what triggered that giant candle, the giant monster candle, right? So you can literally get in here, catch the big candle, and like, who doesn't want to know what Bitcoin's going to do before it does it, right? I mean, this is insane value if you guys don't use this. But yeah, okay. What was Sui and Sol? Okay, yeah, we can check those out. Let's check out Sui here. Let's pull out the spider line chart. Okay. Next spider line for Sui is like 3.668. Again, yeah, so if you're using Cipher Matrix, again, you're just looking to buy. This was a great time to buy because you're at the bottom of the channel as well as in the reversal band, right? And what do I tell you guys? Look for whenever it wicks the reversal band but does not close within it. That's a very bullish signal. So that was a chance to get long on Sui right there. Man. Yeah, and what do I tell you guys, right? Like, if it's inside the bands, you're not shorting it, right? Wait for it to break out, retest bearishly, right? Then you could have, like, taking shorts in an environment like this is risky, but if you guys are going to take them, I at least want you to take them at high probability reversal points, right? And one thing to keep in mind if you are, like, taking a short out of the reversal band, like, imagine there's a line going through the middle of these. Imagine it's like a Bollinger Band, right? You should be taking profit initially at the midpoint, for sure. Especially like if you're coming down at a discount of the trend. But yeah, I think Sui can hit the next spider line, 3.67. See if that changes on log. No, okay, yeah, I think 3.67. Yeah, you can hit that. Let's look. Yeah, that's 3.69 is the next 4-hour resistance as well. You have 4-hour support, 3.37 just bounced off that. Yeah. I mean, look at this dashboard. That's bullish as hell. Yeah, so it looks good. Sol. Okay. Oh, is this where I have my SRs on? Hold on. No, where's my... Okay, we'll look at this chart first. Okay, so where's our next spider line for Sol? 176. Okay, so we bounced off this 153 one. Sol didn't get as big of a retracement as Sui did. Let's look at the 4-hour. Man, look at these things. Look at these things. It's crazy. 177. Overbought right now. It's to be expected. Let's see. We flipped that. Yeah, we did flip that. So you flip your 12-hour bullish. That's good. 12 hours still got room. Actually, yeah, you did. You flip your 12-hour bullish here. I mean, it depends if you're using closes or wicks, but generally, yeah, this was. I mean, I think, yeah, Sol's just now getting into premium in terms of their aggression trend, so the best time to long was obviously down here, but there is still room for this to go up. If you are in a long, I mean, you don't even get to your reversal band until like 168, which is also like 169 is where your next resistance is. So yeah, I'd say 169 is in the cards for sure if you're in a long. And ultimately, I'd be looking to shave off some profits around that 173.70 mark. Yeah, sorry for the flashbang, guys. My market structure chart, I look at a white chart for that. Okay. Any other coins you guys are interested in looking at? And what was it we were going to go over here? 1 second. Fart? Yeah, we can look at fart. What's up, Johnny? Good to have you, man. Oh, yeah, that's what we were going to go over. Okay. So I think ETH is a good example. We were going to go over what happens when you break out of a regression channel. Okay. Okay, so here's a good example. So we were looking at this regression trend earlier in the day. Let's pull that up here. Whenever we were in here. Okay. Wait. Oh, that's right. You have to do it manually. Hold on. Okay, so this was the channel that we were looking at earlier with ETH. And the question was asked, like, what happens when we start to get closes above this channel? Well, so, or above this deviation, right? So once you do, like right here, once you start getting closes above the deviation, what that proves, it's the same thing as whenever we look at those range deviations, right? This gives you a direction that generally this is deviating higher than you would expect something to deviate out of the trend. So you're looking for a retest, you're looking for it to gain support on the top of the regression trend. And once it does that, that's generally when you get these crazy big moves, right? You generally get the sign of strength, you get the point of supply, the test of the range, right? It's the same thing as range, initiation, mitigation, continuation. All of this stuff there's rhyme and reason to all of it because it's all market structure stuff, right? So yeah, so whenever you see it start closing candles above the 25% deviation, you're looking for it to come back. You're looking for it to flip it to support and then go. Okay. Now, yeah, we can look at fart. All right, let's see. Oh, I think, where's my spider lines on? Yeah. So the next spider line is going to be like 1.34. It just came in a discount. It's getting a nice bounce off discount. Yeah, pretty much as soon as the Heiken's flipped, it started going. Yeah, you get a Heiken flip and discount along with the MACD flip. It's going. Let's see. Let's look at the 12-hour. Man, these altcoins look good. The 12-hour tapped the spider line. It's 1.2948. You got your 4-hour support. Oh, man, this thing's just getting started. Wait, is Farcoin really 1.3? Are you kidding me? Dang, man. That thing took off yesterday. Holy shit. What does that candle look like? Jesus. Okay. All right. Yeah. Well, Farcoin just pumped to the moon, so... And it just hit a spider line, so obviously caution. And if you're long from down here, like I know TF was, if you're here, buddy, and Geeky was as well, I think. If you guys are long from down here, you might consider taking a little bit off. This thing pumped like crazy. That's awesome. I hold some fart. Oh, yeah. Let's go. Let's see. Good call, Johnny. Yeah, I mean, I can tell you where the next spider line is, like 1.45, but I can also just tell you, I mean, the moving averages are way down here. The golden pocket's way down here. I mean, I at least see you can test like 1.27. But if everything's just gonna go, I mean, yeah, it could just go. But I think it's got to at least consolidate a little bit here. Yeah, yeah. Geeky, are you still holding that from like what'd you guys long like 1.02 or whatever, 1.025? You still long from down there? That was a great catch, guys. All right. Heck yeah. Good job, guys. Good job. All right. Anything else that you guys wanted to look at? or talk about strategies or anything. Yeah, for sure, man. No problem. Ooh, man. ETH could get spicy here if it closes above 29.59. All right, guys. Well, if there's nothing else you guys want to talk about, you guys have the levels on Bitcoin. Remember what's important, guys. Do not trade your emotions. Do not trade a story. Trade market structure. Trade your levels. That's what's kept us profitable week after week. I appreciate having all of you guys here. I hope we all continue to win and profit together. If you guys could do me a favor, please like the stream on your way out. Maybe share with a friend. And if you're new here, check out the Discord in the description. It's free. It's a free learning Discord below. Hop in. We're in there every day killing it. And I'm going to do another stream tomorrow for you guys. And I got a couple more videos I want to release this week. So without further ado, guys, it's been an absolute pleasure. My name is Wave Cipher. You guys are always open to ask me anything in the Discord, and I hope you guys have a fantastic night. Trade safe.